Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hello everyone. We are from Team 3 and we are going to share and present to you on impact of small medium enterprise or known as SME. So let's start. Before we start, let's meet our group members which consists of Puteri Nur Qasrina, Normaisarah Hanis, Nurul Atiqah and Nur Insyirah. So actually, what are SMEs? SMEs are non-subsidiary and independent firms with fewer than a certain number of employees. The most common upper limit, as in the European Union, is 250 employees. Some countries set the limit at 200 employees, whereas the United States defines SMEs as businesses with fewer than 500 employees. Small businesses typically have fewer than 50 employees, whereas microenterprises have no more than 10 or in some cases 5 employees. SMEs in the European Union must have an annual turnover of Euro 40 million or less and a balance sheet valuation of Euro 27 million or less.
What is their economic contributions? SMEs play a critical role in OECD economic growth, creating most new jobs. The importance of SME in the economy is growing as larger firms downsize and outsource more functions. Productivity growth and economic growth are heavily influenced by competitions, which exists in the birth and death of smaller firms. This process involves high labor turnover rate and turbulence in the labor market, which is an important part of the competitive process and structure change. Less than half of small startups hold out more than 5 years, and only a fraction develop into a high-performing core group driving firm innovation and industry performance. This underline the need for government to reform policy and framework conditions that have related to the creations and development of the firms, with the aim of optimizing the contribution that can be made by this firm to make growth.
In which sectors are SMEs found? Most SME jobs are in the service sector, which currently accounts for 2/3 of OECD economic activity and employment. Smaller businesses can be found primarily in wholesale and retail trade, hotel and restaurant operation, communication and business services, and construction. SMEs also make up a large proportion of manufacturing firms in many OECD countries, accounting for at least half of all manufacturing jobs. Small and medium-sized enterprises dominate the important strategic business service subsector, which includes computer software and information processing, research and development, marketing, business organization, and human resource development. Increased outsourcing by major manufacturing firms, combined with new technologies enabling SMEs to win market niches, has led to a 10% annual growth in these knowledge-based services in recent years. The fact that the average firm size in strategic business services is a fraction of the average firm size in manufacturing or in the economy is an indication of the importance of SMEs in this area.
Why is entrepreneurship important? A thriving entrepreneurial sector is critical to the growth of small businesses. Some areas or regions are well known for producing dynamic clusters of businesses that benefit from information, spillovers, and other intangible factors. Clustering can be especially beneficial to smaller businesses that, due to their size, cannot afford internal services such as training, research, or marketing. Women-owned businesses now account for a quarter to a third of global business population. There are residual barriers to the growth of women-owned businesses and improved knowledge and data about women's entrepreneurship and its role in society. And the economy are required if the policy is to address them effectively. Increased participation of women-owned businesses in the global economy, financing tailored to their needs, and education and training that encourages women's entrepreneurship should all be developed. Next, we need to know on how innovative are smaller firms. Approximately 30% to 60% of SMEs in the OECD region are considered innovative in a broad sense, but they are less likely to conduct R&D than larger firms. They may, however, be more likely to innovate in other ways, such as creating or re-engineering products or services to meet new market demands, introducing new organizational approaches to improve productivity, or developing new sales techniques.
In most countries, the rate of job creation outpaces that of larger corporations. They are typically technical in nature and engage in R&D. High-growth SMEs are at the cutting edge of the new economy, pioneering the development of new products and markets in sectors such as ICT and biotechnology.
What type of SME financing is needed? The financing gap for smaller firms is a significant impediment to grow because the large difference in profitability, survival, and growth of SME versus larger firms create unique financial issues. This is due to a lack of commercial experience and an entrepreneurial track record. Banks and traditional lending institutions frequently reject risky venture, making it difficult for SMEs to obtain financing. The growth of the private equity market increased SME access to venture capital, but there were significant differences across countries. Venture capitalists provide their portfolio company with more than just equity capital. They also provide management assistance, performance monitoring, and the gradual infusion of additional risk capital as the business grows. Specialized funds that raise money from various sources such as private individuals, companies, government agencies, pension funds, banks and insurance companies, endowment and foundation can provide venture capital. Alternatively, it can be provided directly by the same group of investors. The number of enterprise and industrial sector targeted, as well as the quality of the distribution mechanism, are more important than the level of venture financings. A well-functioning venture capital market is concerned with more than just funding. It is also concerned with high-quality information management and the agency problem that arise when innovator, entrepreneur, and financiers trying to understand each other and collaborate in the launch of a risky venture. Fostering an adequate flow of financing for small business is a critical step towards increasing entrepreneurship and creating a vibrant economy.
Are SMEs active in global markets? Smaller firms have traditionally focused on the domestic market, and many will continue to do so in the future. But others are becoming more global, often through inter-firm and cluster relationships. These globally active SMEs grow at a faster rate than their domestic counterparts. By adapting and differentiating products, SMEs can better respond to changing market conditions, changing consumer preferences, and shorter product life cycles than larger firms. Small businesses can now contact foreign partners more easily thanks to new communication tools. Smaller businesses are increasingly receiving assistance to participate in foreign trade fairs and exhibition, provide marketing tools in foreign language, and distribute advertisements abroad.
Will SMEs be a factor in electronic commerce? The rise of internet-based electronic commerce provides numerous opportunities for SMEs to grow their customer base, enter new product markets, and streamline their operations. E-commerce allows smaller businesses to customize products and services, manage supply and inventory processes, and shorten the time between order and delivery. To create an effective business environment for e-commerce, the needs for SMEs must be specifically addressed. Many new companies were formed to operate in the electronic market, and existing small businesses migrated to electronic commerce, demonstrating the potential of SMEs in this field.
How can SMEs contribute to sustainable development? Smaller businesses are less aware of the environmental externalities and laws that govern their operations than larger businesses. They have fewer resources to invest in environmental improvement and management tools that can improve the sustainability of their operations. With the advancement of ICT, government and other stakeholders now could reach, inform, and influence smaller players. However, effective government environmental strategy as well as increased awareness within small firms of the need for firm-level environmental strategy are required.
What should governments do? Given the importance of SMEs in economic restructuring, the government must encourage entrepreneurship, make it easier to start and expand businesses, and improve access to venture capital and other forms of financing. The government should encourage the development of a secondary stock market to facilitate venture investor entry and exits, reduce taxes on capital gains and other dividends, and allow for greater use of stock options as compensation in small businesses. The government also supports a business angel network that connects small businesses with potential investors. The reduced regulatory burden on small businesses could be one of the most significant boosts to entrepreneurship. Local, regional, and national governments can foster small business relationships by establishing a framework for public, private, and inter-firm collaboration. The government launched specific services and action plans to implement these SME initiatives and reforms. R&D tax credits, loans or grants for innovative activities, and technology diffusion schemes are some of the programs available to help SMEs improve their technological base.
What is the role of the OECD? 29 OECD members countries that make up the Working Party on Small and Medium Enterprises of the OECD Industrial Committee meet twice a year to discuss SME performance and policy. The employment and growth of small businesses are compared using OECD indicators. Analysis of entrepreneurship, clustering, high-growth firms, management training, electronic commerce, and other topics is provided to highlight current trends and draw attention to the challenges that SMEs face. To identify best practice policies, policy approaches and programs in specific areas such as SME financing and technology diffusion are investigated. Identifying the SME population necessitates the use of business registers with complete sector and size coverage as well as frequent updates. Enterprises should be tracked to determine survival rates as well as exit and entry patterns across industries and over time. The OECD hopes to develop comparable cross-country data collection on smaller firms including women-owned businesses through more comprehensive business registers without adding administrative or paperwork burdens to these businesses.
In conclusion, SMEs account for over 95% of firms and 60% to 70% of employment in OECD economies, and they create a large share of new jobs. They have distinct strengths and weaknesses that may necessitate unique policy responses. Small businesses must improve their management skills, information gathering capacity, and technological foundation. Governments must improve SME access to financing, information infrastructure, and global markets. In addition, SMEs should organize into local production systems, which often be more flexible and responsive to customer needs than large integrated firms. They can pool resources and split training, research, and marketing costs. Clustering facilitates personnel exchange and technology diffusion while also opening new opportunities for efficiency gains. Importantly, these local networks and support systems can assist SME in meeting globalization's challenges. Government policy initiatives should consider regional and local factors that influence entrepreneurship and build on these unique characteristics to foster small firm partnerships. To meet the challenges posed by globalizing economies, SME policies must build on local strengths and address the new dynamics of entrepreneurship and small firm clusters. So we are at the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for lending your ear. Talk to you soon. Bye.